How about lease signing? Here's a practical thing. Do you sign the lease for the owner, or does the owner sign the lease? Let's just go down the line. Tia, start first with you.
I sign it for the owner.
With a power of attorney, right? Okay. How about you, Kelly?
Same. We don't need a power of attorney. We just establish law of agency.
Oh, okay. Liz?
Yeah. Same. We sign for the owner.
Okay. Mario?
I have the owner sign via DocuSign.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay. Is there a reason for that?
Yes. And I don't want to go so much in this, but it takes a lot of to me, it takes a little bit of the liability out of it. So it's, if we have owners that are fighting on the security deposit at the end and want to go against our recommendations, then I can say, okay, that's now between you and the tenant. So we give our best recommendations. Every once in a while, we have a little owner that gets a little feisty thinking that we should have charged this or that.
Mm-hmm.
So Harry, our leases are in the owner's name.
Right.
And we're signing on their behalf. So we're signing as their agent. They're licensed agent, but the lease is in the owner's name. The lease is between the owner and the tenant.
Right. In Florida, we do that in Florida too. We just need a power of attorney in order to sign here. So Mario, let me go to you for a second, because I know that I would say probably 75% of property managers out there actually do have the owner sign the lease. It's pretty amazing. Now, I would say out of NARPA members, probably only about 25% have the owner sign the lease. Do you ever run into any problems with your owners where they may want you to do something that's discriminatory, or they ask too many questions about your tenant? How do you avoid that?
No, normally it's not the owners that give us the problem. It's the tenant that doesn't like something in the lease or whatever. And we just tell them, no, it's the same thing. I mean, I wouldn't work with any owner that's not, I teach fair housing, so I'm not going to go against, work with any owner that's, that's in that at all. So I've really never had a problem with an owner. It's more so been on the tenant side that they don't like what the lease says. They'll give us the, hey, the Heist lease is weighted more towards the owner than the tenant. Like, well, yes, it is.
What would you do in a hypothetical like this, where the owner tells you no pets? They're flat out no pets. So you now have a situation where you have legitimate, provable ESA or service animal. And so now will your owner know about this? Because what are you going to do with an owner who says, I don't care what the law is, I'm not signing this lease? How do you deal with that? You haven't run into that yet?
Well, we educate our owners beforehand. So of course I have videos that tell them, if you want to increase your risk of taking an emotional support, especially a falsified emotional support animal, then say no pets. Because when you say that, you're going to get all this, hey, these 3 pit bulls are emotional support animals. That you're just going to increase your risk. But then we also put layers. So education is the first part. We're going to educate our owners, period. The second thing is we use things like, petscreening.com. So our tenants have to go through there. If they have any sort of animal that they're bringing in there, regardless, they have to register it through petscreening.com. And that has been working like a charm. It continues to self-select those things. But yeah, occasionally we've had more so like a condo association that says no pets, and we have to go then to the property manager of that condo association and read them the law. But it hasn't been an individual. I mean, the owners, again, with the education, they're hiring us to be the professionals. I state our company as the professional, as would everybody on the call. And if there's going to be a disagreement in there, I'm not going to sign a piece of paper on their behalf and say, forget it, you do it. No, I'm not going to work with that owner. If they're not going to see things our way and take our professional advice, I'm not working with that owner.
Mm-hmm. That's the way I am. My way or the highway. If you don't like it, I don't care. How about this? We're dealing with situations. We were talking about you've got the owner of the pet. You've got people that are whether they're going to the owner's going to sign, not whatever. What about electronic signatures? Is that pretty much standard amongst all of you at this point?
Yeah. Okay,
great. And a lot of our NARPA members don't know about the law change. You don't need witnesses now for leases that are over a year, that's kind of neat. We used to have to deal with